Today, Trump's rage moved from his Twitter feed to real life, where during a press conference with the leader of Finland, he did not react well to the barrage of impeachment questions.
His son walks out with millions of dollars. The kid knows nothing. You know it, and so do we. Go ahead, ask a question.
But the question, sir, was what did you want President Zelensky to do about Vice President Biden and his son Hunter?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, it was just a follow-up of what I just asked you, sir.
Listen, you ready? We have the president of Finland. Ask him a question.
I have one for him. I just wanted to follow up on the one that I asked you, which
Did
was,
you hear
what
me?
did you want
Did you hear me?
Yes,
ask
sir.
him a question.
I will, but
I've given you a long answer. Ask this gentleman a question. Don't be rude.
No, sir, I don't want to be rude. I just wanted you to have a chance to answer the question.
Ask the president of Finland a question.
Wow. Trump was rarely pissed off there. 1 minute he was a president, the next second he turned into a spray-tan Samuel L. Jackson. Ask the president of Finland a question. I double dare you, mother. Ask him a question. Ask him a question. You know what would have been amazing? Is if the Finnish president got a question, but then threw Trump under the bus. He's like, actually, I would be interested to hear your answer on the Joe Biden's case. You screwed me again, Finnish guy. Now, please, don't get me wrong. I don't want you to think that Trump didn't want to answer questions at this press conference. No. He only wanted to answer the questions that he liked.
Okay, what's your second question?
Just
well, you shouldn't be asking two questions.
Well, you're going to want to answer.
Do me a favor. Ask one of the
I will, but
Finnish
I think you'll want.
John,
I think you'll want to answer this question.
Ask
sir.
one of the Finnish presidents.
And then can I come back to you because I think you'll want to answer.
We'll talk later, sure. Well, it sounds like it might be a good question. Let me see if I like the question. Go ahead. Maybe for the first time in 3 years, I'll have a good question, and I'll love it.
There is a report that came out just before you and President Niinistö walked out here that the whistleblower met with a staff member of Adam Schiff prior
I
to
love
the
that question.
being filed.
It shows that Schiff is a fraud.
And
I love that question. Thank you, John.
Thank you, John. That has to be one of the quickest emotional U-turns I've ever seen. Right? Because 1 minute he wanted nothing to do with that journalist question. The next minute it was Trump's favorite question in the entire world. Like Trump treated that journalist the way people treat waiters, you know, who keep offering the same hors d'oeuvres over and over again. People are like, I told you I don't want the goddamn crab cakes. I don't want oh, is that with a deviled egg? Oh, yeah. Thank you, John. So, the past few weeks clearly haven't been Trump's favorites. Impeachment is consuming his life. His poll numbers are dipping again. And on top of all of that, the failing New York Times has reported this.
Well, breaking news tonight, an exclusive report in the New York Times documenting the lengths to which sources say President Trump was prepared to go to stop migrants crossing the southern border.
He wanted the wall electrified with spikes on top that could pierce human flesh.
The New York Times reports that privately, the president had often talked about fortifying a border wall with a water-filled trench stocked with snakes or alligators.
That's right. The New York Times is reporting that President Trump wanted to build a moat along the border wall, which was going to be filled with snakes and alligators. Which I know sounds crazy, but to be fair, it's been very effective at keeping him out of Melania's bedroom. That's probably where he got the idea. I mean, it's either that or it's because his top immigration advisor is an actual reptile. Great idea, Mr. President. My cousins could use the work. Now, according to the report, Trump wasn't just coming up with World of Warcraft upgrades to his wall. No, he was also lashing out at his aides when he felt that they weren't making progress on securing the border.
In late March, President Trump publicly threatened to close the U.S.-Mexico border. But according to the Times reporters, in a March meeting, the president's advisors tried to turn him away from such a drastic move. He responded, "You're making me look like an idiot," and shouted, "I ran on this. It's my issue."
The president reportedly berating then Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen, saying, quote, "Lou Dobbs hates you. Ann Coulter hates you. You're making me look bad."
Wow, that is so sad. Imagine caring that much about what Lou Dobbs and Ann Coulter think of you. I mean, that's one step away from being like, you better not embarrass me in front of the Mucinex booger, I swear to God. Ask him a question. Now, the part of the Times report that's really blowing up is that Trump apparently suggested shooting migrants in the leg to slow them down as they were trying to cross the border, which is not just a crazy idea, it's also illegal. And apparently, Trump had a lot of illegal ideas. In fact, my favorite example is when he told a room of Border Patrol agents to just turn away every asylum seeker who showed up at the border. And then get this, as soon as Trump left the room, the head of Border Patrol told everyone else to ignore the president. Yeah, that's wild. Just like, You realize the only organization where the top guy gets ignored like that is McDonald's, right? Yeah, no, because Ronald is always like, remember, our top priority is making people smile, woohoo! And then he leaves and the manager's like, forget that shit, we're here to move beef, you hear me? Now go kick the soft serve machine and make sure it still doesn't work. Now, some of you might be hearing these reports and thinking, oh, I'm sure the president didn't really mean all this stuff, and maybe he was just joking about the alligators and the snakes, but it doesn't seem like that. Like, the moat filled with snakes and alligators, apparently it was real enough that his aides actually went out to seek a cost estimate. Yeah, they actually got a quote for the moat, which also sounds like the name of the most xenophobic Dr. Seuss book ever. I mean, can you just imagine being the Trump aide who had to call around to figure out how much it would cost to fill a border moat with snakes and alligators? Well, luckily you don't have to imagine, because here at The Daily Show, we have the exclusive audio of that call.
Thanks for calling Petco. How can I help you?
Yeah, can I get a quote for how much it would cost for 2,000 miles of snakes?
We don't really sell snakes by the mile.
Okay, how about alligators? I need a southern border amount of alligators.
Make sure the alligators hate Mexicans.
What do your alligators think about Mexicans?
We definitely don't sell alligators. We have birds, fish, and gerbils, stuff like that.
All right, fine. Give us 2,000 miles of gerbils.
Hate Mexicans.
Gerbils who hate Mexicans.